Before we get into the fireworks stash video, go check out my Instagram where you can find behind the scenes photos and videos of all this stuff, including some awesome technology before it gets out here on YouTube. Let's go. Alright, so we've got a ton of fireworks here to cover in a very limited amount of time, because I'm sure you have plenty of better things to do than watch just a stash video of fireworks. Here is basically all the fireworks that I have accumulated from the past years. So I haven't even gone through these boxes in 6 months to even like last year when I packed it up from the last 4th of July. So we're both going to be learning some things new today. So in order to make this as time sensitive, I guess, as possible, we're going to go like lightning round for all these things. I'm going to like show you the category or whatever the box is, and then just snap right through it. If you want to pause to look at a specific firework or something, you can do that. Otherwise, we're going to just blow right through them. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. Otherwise, let's get to it. We've got here a small box of booby trap firework thingies. They're really fun to play around with. Same with this larger box of snappers. You can see we've only gone through a couple of the top layer here. We haven't even gone down. You can see it's quite deep. These are really fun to play with before nighttime, like on the 4th of July and days before the 4th of July. We've got a whole tower here of, these are just like fountain cakes, but they're 500-gram fountain cakes. We have 4 of them. They last a very long time. We originally had 6 of these, only lit enough 2. Yep, that's what those are. They're all TNT. Since we're still in the sort of safe and sane ideal, let's go into the fountains here. Just take a sneak peek. Bunch of TNT fountains. These are actually really good if you can find them. I don't know if there's a brand. There's no brand, but these last like over a minute. They're really good. Some other things, they're just normal fountains. Here's some phantom. These ones are reloadable, which is kind of cool, but a little gimmicky. Bunch of other random things. This one, oh, I'm dropping it around. This one is a magic barrage, which I got at the Shelton's trip I went to, the last one. You can find that video and more on my channel. All those fountains, if you want to look at them, you can pause. Let's move on to novelty right here. And the novelty, these kind of don't belong in there. I think those are just thrown in there. There's some firecrackers. We'll do some sorting as we go, but these are all novelty smoke bombs, some flashing things, some other. These are actually really big firecrackers, but they kind of just are like these light thingies and then just boom at the end. Punk. You always have to have punk, except this year we're doing almost everything electronic. We'll get to that in a minute, but still good to have some punk. I'm not really sure what is on here. Some jumping jacks, phantom smoke things. Oh, these are smoke canisters, which are really good. They last several minutes. Other than that, we got a little box of tanks. How many do we have left? Still quite a few left. Got some phantom fireworks morning glories. I had to break them because they wouldn't fit in the box, and I didn't feel like finding a special place for them. So they're still all good because the firework actually ends right there. We got a whole ton of the TNT mini flashing fountain things. These are fairly good. They only last a couple of seconds, but for how small they are and how many we have, they're really pretty nice. This looks like a box of some smoke balls. If I remember correctly, these aren't the best. They're by Shotgun Fireworks. They don't last as long as the TNT ones, but if you put a bunch of them together, they're still great. We got some more random items from the Shelton firework trip. If you've never been to Shelton's, they give you a ton of free novelty things like this and awesome stuff. Definitely check out their stores if you want to get free stuff when you buy stuff. Don't know what that is. A random. That's not too safe. We should probably find a spot for those. I gotta have these small bees. Very nice. This is, oh, did I just hit the lens? Definitely just hit the lens. These are this Mama Smoke ones, which I have over there. I bought a ton of these because they're so good. So you can see we have several of those. Got another box of the Smoke ones, which are the exact same as those. Those are not opened yet. This was another free thing from the Sheltons. It was, what is this, an original Chinese lantern? So I think it spins and it may pop up into a lantern. You know, just your standard novelty items. A parachute? Yes, it is. This is a parachute right here, a crackling parachute. We've also got a 2 parachute 7-inch thing with a nice color changing flare. This will be fun to do with the daytime things on the 4th of July. I'm pretty sure these were from like the buy one get one free section at Victory Fireworks. I have 2 of these. I don't really do too many Saturn missiles. They kind of are annoying, but you know, you gotta have at least a showing of them. Neon sparklers, these are from several years ago. We still have a couple in there. These last, well, like 5-6 minutes. So long. Anyways, Morning Glory. Not a huge fan of Morning Glory since they're really difficult to light and aren't too spectacular. These are happiness fountains, I believe. If I remember correctly, the happiness fountains, I think they're 1.4 actually. Right there where it says 1.4. So these are 1.4 fireworks, I believe, because they shoot reports. So I think I've lit a couple of these off, but we're definitely gonna have to do another review of those because I kind of forgot what they did. This little box here is of some items. I don't know why I have so many novelty things from the Sheltons, but this is some sort of spinning fireball. These I got these a couple of years ago, and I love them. They're similar to these snaps, but they look a little different, and they're really absolutely amazing. Super loud. Last thing over here are some small bees. 2 of those. I think they're probably going to be similar to these, but may have to do some sort of a comparison with those. Other random stuff, party poppers. These really are not a firework. I'm not sure why I have them, but they're in the novelty section because that's what they are. This is, I'm actually, to be honest, I don't think I have opened this since last year, 4th of July. That is when I packaged this up. If we look inside, we've got some flashing fountain things, some artificial satellites, ground blooms, mini fountain, snake. Oh, some nice, those black and green things are sparkle things. Those are really nice, but we're just gonna leave this all packaged up, ready for the 4th again this year, in case we decide to use them. This looks like a rocket. It's not a rocket, it's a fake fountain. These brilliant rays have a huge firecracker in the end. And then lastly, one of my favorites, Magic Whip. Found these. These are actually like old ones. You can see this has been in the sun a little too much, probably in the store. Buy one get one deal. It was buy one get one for $5. There's 10 in there. So alright, now let's move on to the fun stuff. Right outside, which these items do not get their own box because they're so large that they wouldn't fit in one of their own cases. If you were wondering, by the way, why I do it like this, because transporting it is so much easier. Really, you should try it. It looks nice because they're all black, and then they're nicely labeled, and it works really well. Anyways, let's get to work. We got this pickup at the Sheltons, was a galactic double star. They're double burst ones, if you can look in there. Tube there is cardboard, so not too impressive, but it's a double break, so those will be great in some sort of finale. We got some awesome El Toro. If you don't know, El Toro is the brand of Shelton fireworks that they make. But we've got some assorted color display shells, 12 in there, I believe. Now this is one of the biggest assortments that I've had. It's the Meet Mr. Big. I opened this when I first got it because it was awesome. There's 18 canister shells. Let me open it up with you so you can look at these nice large canister shells. I believe the tubes here are fiberglass. Yep, if you look right there, those are fiberglass tubes indeed for Mr. Big. So we're definitely going to be using those this 4th. And then there's 3 packages of 6 with their colors right on here. So let's get these big rockets out of the way. These from Shelton's are the Bad 4 rockets. That was a weird sound. Bad 4, 8. Pretty cool effects. I've never had these before, but we're gonna see how those do this year. I have done some of these in the past. They are the Black Cat pound rockets. Each of them has their own effect on there. These are really good, but the break at the end is kind of weak for how big they look, but they shoot really, really far. So we've got a bunch of those. Whew. Look at all these nice shells, artillery shells right here from Shelton's. We've got 2 of the Mad Hornet crackling shells with assorted effects. I think I used to have 2, but we only have 1. El Toro, Shelton brand. And then these are basically the same thing except just crackling. That'll be a great ending to like the finale if we just have all these crackling shells. So yep, since we're talking about shells, I think we may as well take a peek in the shell container. I don't have too much in here because all the miscellaneous shells were sort of lit off at the end of last year. But here's just a bag of who knows what, probably crackling. I think those did not fit in the mortar last year. If we remember, now these, yes, the critical acclaim shells. I did several videos with these because they're so amazing. Link somewhere, you can just find it easily. But these are mine shells, so basically they just spray up like that. I love these. These are amazing. A little pricey though. That's all the extra shells I have. So I don't really know why, but I have a ton of candles, like just all different kinds. We've got a El Toro 6-ball candle. Who knows how many of these 10-ball candles? Let's see, there's 3, 4. There's more in there. We've got whatever these are. We've got more of whatever those are. These actually, the blue ones are really, really nice. Whatever Battlestar 1 assortment, you know, every sort of Roman candle you could think of. Miscellaneous. Ooh, look at that. Salute candle. Blue. I think there's another one that's red. Who called it? Salute candle red. How do I remember all this stuff? Cherry bombards. That's probably part of an assortment. More random candles. More tiny random candles. You don't have to be taking notes on these because there'll probably be videos just on these. These are really small. Look how many small ones there are. Other than that, oh, there go the candles. Check out these. These are Excalibur candles. Don't think they're in any way related to the Excalibur shells. They say Excalibur right on them. Maybe they are. And there's some larger ones right here. And then lastly, Green Dragon. No clue what these are, but they must be pretty good. Alright, we're getting down to the final boxes here. We got 200 cakes right here. I originally had another box that was labeled 500 gram cakes, but I don't have any 500 gram cakes left, and they're so big you would only get like 2, 3 in here. So if I have extras of those, they kind of just go in the bottom of my shelf. If we look here, Illinois Bomber, Minnesota Bomber, Buck Hunter, Beyond It All, Golden Glitz. I believe this one is not a consumer one, so shh, don't tell anybody. But it's called Luck of the Irish 12-shot. Right there, professional use only. So it's a good thing I'm a professional. 2 of these, they don't have a name, but they're by PyroDrone. And a Game Changer. This is a fantastic cake right there. We're on to the last box here. If you're still watching this, I would suggest getting up, taking a stretch break, because we're almost done, and this has been very, very long. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make this fast. But these are like the crackers and rockets and stuff, so we're gonna throw this in there. But some of these Canon brand ones, something I was probably working on. Bottle rockets, whistling bottle rockets, unopened whistling bottle rockets. Really, really amazing bottle rockets with a tail that is open, but by Black Cat. Texas Pop rockets, Jewel glittering rocket, flying color butterfly rocket, Texas Pop rocket. This does not look like a good rocket at all, but you know, whatever that says, Alien 2.0. 2 ounces, whatever this rocket is. Another one of these, bunch of these. My own little concoction of rockets, bottle rockets, mainly bottle rockets. Memory, What does that say? Samurai Resign? Two of those. Let's get into the firecrackers. I've already done a couple of videos on the hammer crackers. Amazing amazing firecrackers. If you may be wondering why I have a ton of, what are these, like 200? Yeah, 200 strip firecrackers. If you ever go to Fireworks City, they have a coupon on their website that if you go there and just make like any sort of purchase, they'll give you a free strip of these. So that's why I have all of these. I'll just take all these out here. Yep, all those vintage firecrackers. Lastly, waterproof rockets. We'll see if those fuses are waterproof, but if they are, these are going to be awesome to throw in a lake or a pond or something. And then good old Black Cat firecrackers. These are heavy. Oh man, it just started really raining hard outside. I was gonna do this outside, but I was like, nah, it's gonna rain. So good thing I did this inside. Like, it is coming down. Before we do this, let's take a stretch break. Check out this rain. Can you see that? That is heavy rain out there. Let's talk about our firing system since it's raining and we have nothing better to do. Alright, so this stuff right here is kind of what ties the whole show together. Nice big box of the electronic firing devices. Actually, that's an extra box. This is the box that I would bring down to the field wherever you're going to shoot because it's more weatherproof. Then that's an extra box over there. We got a couple of firing systems here. This is not a firing system. This is a bunch of extra cables if you need to, you know, wire something a long ways, and that's what this is. Huge roll of, you know, the pyrotechnic wire. Shears if you need to chop that, and some electrical tape. So that's kind of what this is. The cat likes the fireworks, doesn't she? Oh, too close. Alright, I think what she is trying to say is that we should look at this fuse right here. So going on with the same idea, weatherproof cases in case it starts raining where you're shooting. You didn't notice it says fuse. Oh, I'm low on battery. You better hurry this up. So we've got every sort of kind of fuse, fast, perfect, visco, shears, whatever you want. Hurry up. Firing system A, or 1, whatever you want to call it, was the first one that I had. It's an Alpha Fire 4Q, has 4 Qs right there, A, B, C, D. Awesome, still works. I made this case, handmade it, because it didn't really come with one. Still works. I use that for sort of dangerous things if I don't want to. Oh jeez, I'm trying to film something, come on. If there's something dangerous where I could lose something, I would want to lose one of those. You never really want to do that. This is the flagship firing system. 12 Qs here. Really awesome firing system. Also, it came with another remote if you want to do, you know, step by step. I kind of usually just use this remote because I find it easier. And then if you miss one, you can redo it. Whereas with the step one, it'll just keep going. So last thing of the day is the firing system from Robert Weller, aka PyroNation, with the PyroNation sticker on there. I use this a lot for the main, you know, finale parts. If we can open it up, this was sent to me from a giveaway that he had last year. Used this on the 4th and it worked perfectly. Same sort of idea here of you have 12 Qs, except instead of being individual modules, they're in groups of 4. So you have 4 here, 4 here, 4 here. And this is kind of easier because everything can be nice and together, and since there's only 3 antennas, they're kind of higher quality and it works better. So there you go. There's our whole firing system and our whole stash for the 2016 year. Don't forget to drop a comment if you have a question on any of these. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Also, check out this lighting that we got going on here. professional lighting there. Because what else would you want to use for a fireworks stash? Also, we've got a professional model here to model our fireworks, right? She knows that I'm talking to her. Other than that, thank you for watching. Already said that stuff. Demos on most of this coming soon, so. Oh my god, how can we forget these little guys here? We've got 2 boxes of the mini howitzers. These are like mini reloadables, and then 2 boxes of the Loud and Mighties. Reviews on these coming soon. Sorry I forgot these guys. Otherwise, thank you for watching.